program is really all about bringing women who wouldn't otherwise have an opportunity to learn about loons to spend 2 days with the scientists who are, Mike Meyer is doing a population study, a long-term population study on loons, and of course also a study on the effects of mercury in the loons. And then we have Erica Lemoyne from Loon Watch here, and Terry Dalton, who was Loon Watch, but who is doing a lot of work on art and the environment. So these women get to spend a whole weekend learning about loons.
Yeah. So we're going to weigh him in a bag, and then we're going to put him through the blood sampling and banding process.
Ready?
So he has his own unique colored leg bands.
That's what you think, he says. I'm not going in that bag.
And he's the biggest loon chick we've captured this year. 3.07.
Wow.
That's almost as big as some of the females we've caught.
Wow. Wow.
How big was the adult?
The male was 5.04 kilograms, so times 2.2, so he's a 12-pounder.
So I take about 3 cc's, leave plenty of loon for the blood, or blood for the loon, and this is our mercury sample.
Did you say you need an Fish and Wildlife for him?
No, but I'll need a new white, number 8. Alright, so we're going to start with a Fish and Wildlife Service band, and this actually has a 800 number on it, so if this bird is ever found and this number is called in, the larger number, I get a report as to where the bird was found and in what condition. So anyone that bands birds in the country,
left leg,
gets that information.
Chick's left leg.
Do you?
Correct.
Are you going to read out the number, Mike?
Yes. Oh, John's already recorded it.
Oh.
John, why don't you read it?
Do you mind reading it?
No, it's 1138-00094.
Thank you.
And we've now put out about 3,500 of these silver bands, and we've had reports of about 210 being found. So it's a good rate, and we've recovered our bird bands everywhere from Nova Scotia to Key West, and over to Gulf Shores, Alabama, through the Great Lakes, mostly during their migration. So it's silver over green stripe?
Yes.
Okay. And like the adults, we're going to use an adhesive to bond them together. And only the chicks are banded on the left leg with silver. That way in the future, if we see a bird on a lake with a silver band on its left leg, we get all excited because we know that's a chick that's come back as an adult. And so the more of these we get, the more known aged adults we can follow through their lifetime to find out how many young they produce. We do now know that they gain their first territory at about 6 years of age on average, that they return to within about 10 to 15 miles of the lake at which they were raised, and they tend to choose lakes for their own territory that are similar to the lakes at which they were born. So a bird raised on this lake is likely going to try to set up a territory on another large drainage lake, we call these. Upon release, the chicks will make plaintive calls for the adults right away, and even though the adults are relatively spooked by the whole incident, the families get together really quick, and it's the chick's peeping call. It's pretty loud actually, that draws back in the adults, and within generally 20 minutes, 10 minutes, the whole family's back together.
These intangible things that we can't put a dollar price on. It's just this feeling that we get where when we're up in the North Woods sitting at a campfire, and then you look on the lake and you hear loons. It's amazing.